around, Uncle Bob. Where in the heck is he? He's going to be late for his own wedding. He can't even show up for a video shoot about his engagement. Where is he?
Oh, come on, that's right. Roll that intro.
I'm a dip slut. What? I'm a dip slut. That's the anthem, yep, that's the anthem. If you's a dip slut, then throw your damn cans up. If you're a slut for dip, you're a fucking dip slut. I'll be packing all these lips, I don't even hit blunts. No spitting necessary, I'ma take it in the gut. Pure definition of a motherfucking dip slut. Packing fucking nukes with my main man.
You know, you're always late. I'd like to know how you can chronically be so late at everything.
Dude, it wasn't my fault, I swear to God. I have a legitimate excuse.
Okay, let's hear it.
But you're not going to believe me.
You're right, I probably won't. So, whatever. Hey there, YouTube. Polish Outdoorsman here, Michigan Dipper. We're here, we're going to talk about kind of the engagement of Michigan Dipper. And we're going to kind of do it more of an interview style. And we're just going to kind of get down to the nitty gritty of it. And it'll be almost like Dateline 2020 or something cool like that.
Or, Dateline 2020. It's two separate shows. It would never work.
That's the idea.
But
we're going to make it work.
Okay, Mr. 2020, I'll be 48 hours.
Fair enough. I like
Fair
that
enough.
show too.
So you got some questions. But before we do some questions, we got to do this Michigan Dipper old school style.
Okay, let's do it old school
We
style.
got to crack some beers, bro. I was trying to be nice.
I appreciate that. I'm sorry. Here.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
That's payback for throwing up on me.
No? That's okay. I'll take it.
All right. So I guess you got a list of questions.
Yeah. So, inquiring minds want to know. Curious minds want to know. How did you guys even meet in the first place? How did that work?
Well, you know, I'll tell you, it's a funny story. It really is. You know, I've been at the same place for almost, you know, at that time for about 6 years. You know, so I've seen a lot of people come and go. So you don't really bat an eye when a new person comes in.
Fair
and
enough.
I says, who is this nerdy Harry Potter girl? You know, that's what I labeled her.
Okay.
You know, didn't really even know her name, but, you know, we started talking about similar interests. And, you know, she was kind of like hesitant a little bit, like,
Okay.
like, who's this homeless guy? Because at that time I had the big beard.
The Duck
Dynasty beard.
Yep.
And, yeah. So that's basically...
Yeah, now you're well on your way to being domesticated.
But you know what? I kind of like this a lot better.
Yeah.
It was a little neater.
Not
bad.
A little easier on the upkeep.
A little easier on the eyes, too.
So then, nerdy Harry Potter chick, you guys eventually started talking. How did the whole asking out for the first date go?
Well, you know, details are a little fuzzy. I ain't got the best memory. But I remember she says, you know, why don't we, you know, meet up sometime? And
Oh, so she initiated.
kind of.
Okay.
And
That's always a good sign.
that is a good sign. So I says, well, I'll take her out to a place in Midland. So we had lunch. You know, I paid for the bill. And, you know,
Did you open the door for her?
yeah.
Okay.
That's one thing she hates.
Really?
Yeah.
She doesn't like a gentleman.
No. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know. But
But
it's
she's just not used to
she's
it.
not used to being treated the way I would treat a nice lady.
Now, I know your history. What about, you know, her history? Did she come from something similar? That kind of the reason that she isn't used to a gentleman? Or...
Probably, in a sense, yes. Just not being treated right. That's what I'm going to say about that.
Fair enough.
You know. But no, I've always tried to be a gentleman. You know, open the door. You know, yes, no.
That's
you
good.
know.
I think that that is a very underrated and underappreciated trait in males these days.
It is.
Yeah.
And even still, you know, we're almost 3 years together. You know, still, like, if she's in my rig, I open the passenger door for her. And she's like, I'll get it myself. I said, nope. And thank God I got the clicker, because I'll lock the door so she can't.
So you force her into the
Well, it's like, this is what I'm going to do. This is the way I am.
That's
You know? So,
All right.
not
Excellent.
bad.
So the first date went good.
First date went great.
All right.
I remember, I believe we ordered the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool too.
And I believe I had a couple beers, and she probably had her favorite Coke. So.
Okay, now I remember it really wasn't that long after you guys started kind of talking and hanging out a little bit. You came to me and started talking because you had a little bit of
The
relationship jitters. And I remember you asking me what I thought about it because there's a small age gap between you two.
Yeah.
It's not like robbing the cradle or anything.
Hey, what's up, Zeke?
Oh, Zeke, dude.
By the way, hey, you're a part of this too.
Oh, isn't that he's part of the story?
He's a big part of this
Yeah.
story. Oh, the big old guy.
So tell me how he's a big part of the
Okay,
story.
so kind of recap a little bit when we were talking about how we first met and getting to talk. You know, we have a lot of similar things, you know, that we like. I mean, just
Obviously, dog, German Shepherds.
German Shepherds were one. You know, I always talked about, I always had a dog, you know, Jerry Lee. You know, we're talking about our similarities, what we like, what we don't like, and we're pretty dead on. And so she says, yeah, I got a German Shepherd. I said, yeah, that's cool. I used to have one too. And, you know, showing pictures and whatnot. And one day she was in the area. You'd have to ask her. She could probably better clarify. She's probably running errands. Yeah, I got the dog with me. Are you home? Yeah, I'm home. Come on over. And, you know, got to meet him. Like, it was like two best friends.
It was a love at first sight kind of thing with you guys.
And, you know, we got along ever since then. So he's a big part of, you know, us coming together.
It's the dog's fault you guys became a couple.
He was the matchmaker.
That's awesome. Okay, so then step back again a little bit.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Talk to me about it, and I'd asked you about the age gap, and it really wasn't that much. It was only a couple years, but it was enough to make you a little nervous.
Yeah, because it's like.
And you know, my parents, for example, they have an 11-year difference.
That's funny because it's the same between us.
And 11-year difference for them, way back when they got married, was huge.
In a sense, yeah.
Nowadays, 11 years when everybody's a consenting adult is not that big of a difference.
Right.
I told you to go for it.
And I was like, man, you know, it's like one of the things that for me, it's like I got baggage. You know, I'm not the most, you know, groomed person. I don't have a fashion style.
You come with some,
you know, I got kids.
So, you guys, obviously you went for it. Obviously she still hung out.
Yep.
Even after having met me,
yeah.
She still stuck around, which was amazing.
I mean, that was. I mean, if I didn't know you and somebody brought me to your house, I'd be like, dude, I'm out of here. I'm calling a taxi.
Really?
Just saying.
I'm that bad.
Well, I mean, you vomit, and
only on command.
Okay, we're not going there.
Okay. So anyway, you know, some relationship jitters. You and me talked it over. We had a little bit of a heart-to-heart. You went for it. She decided it was cool. She met me, decided that I wasn't horrible.
I mean, she's even met Chris, and he didn't scare her off.
Right.
So.
And he, out of all of our group, he is by far the most intimidating character.
Yeah. Still intimidates me to this day.
And I don't know if that's because he's just a veteran in general, or if that's just automatically part of his character.
I think it's probably just part of his character.
Yeah, a little bit of everything probably. But anyway, yeah, she's still here. She not only, we'll say, permits you to hang around with your friends, but even encourages it.
Yeah.
So that's great.
That is great. That's
and
a wonderful quality.
So you guys started dating on a regular basis. You became kind of an exclusive couple.
Yeah. And I think I bought her some roses, because she likes roses, but not just any rose. She don't like red roses or pink roses. It's got to be black roses.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
one of my favorite as well. So get a bouquet of black roses, you know, put them in a vase, you know. At that time, I think we were almost moved in with each other, and we posted a picture on Facebook, or I did, and I said, yep, I can't remember the exact caption, but we'll have to go back, take a screenshot of it, but, you know, people are like, why the hell is he buying black roses? Like, you know, for the outside world, that's a little odd.
You've been a bachelor for the longest time. Nobody knew.
No.
I think I was one of the very select few that knew that you even had an interest in another woman.
Yeah. And, hey, you're coming back for some more?
Hi, buddy.
Oh, you are a good boy. We'll get an interview with you later.
Oh, thank you.
Can I get a kiss? Can I get a high five? Hey, come here.
He says,
come here.
Not live.
Can you sit? Can you sit? High five that.
Oh. Good boy.
Good boys. Yeah.
Good dog. Yes, we love you too. Good boy. Good boy.
I think he loves you more than me now.
Yeah, that's okay.
You're like the dog whisperer, though.
Yeah, kind of. I'm good with them. What are some of the things you guys did?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm a homebody, and you know that. Like, it takes an arm and a leg to like drag me out of the house, literally.
Oh yeah.
You know, and she's a traveler. She loves to travel, go to concerts, lighthouses. That's another thing we can talk about a little later in this video. But I remember our first day trip was up to Tawas at Tawas Beach. Now, I've never been up there.
I remember you telling me that, and I like died. I knew right then. I don't know if you knew, but I knew right then she was the one. When you told me you guys went up to Tawas, because that was the very first big date that me and my wife had. Was we went up to Tawas at the point to the lighthouse. We walked down the beach,
yep.
and we wrote
We
a
did
big
literally
heart in the sand, and we wrote our names in the sand. And somewhere at my house, we got a picture floating around.
I think we did that too, but not at another beach, probably on Lake Michigan. But no, we
But
went up.
it was the same thing.
And the thing was, I'd never been up to Tawas. Never been. And you know, as far as the lighthouse thing, you know, we still laugh about this to this day because I always said, I says, what the hell are we doing at a lighthouse? Like, to me, that's boring because you know, literally,
it's a lighthouse. It's a tower with a light and it goes wee.
And I live under a rock, so I'm not really learning about the history until later on about each lighthouse that we visited. And so go to Tawas, come back home. I remember that week or that day, I came home with the most horrible sunburn, like probably about as red as your jacket.
I couldn't touch you.
I'm like, don't touch.
I wanted so bad to smack you.
I know. No, but like that's the thing. It's
because
like,
of the trip,
I mean, we've done a lot of lighthouses. We've gone to different places, which, you know, kind of opened my eyes a little bit because, you know, before her, I'd never been to the UP. I know you always talk about it. You know, when I actually got up there, I was like, dude, this is a place I'd like to live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so peaceful. It's quiet.
Everything I told you about it was true.
And usually it takes an hour to get someplace.
Yeah.
Which
there's nothing really close on
No. But, you know, we've done a lot of traveling. And, you know, we've gone out of state.
Okay, so now you've been together for 3 years.
Almost
3 years. And things are going great. I know you guys have had your little spats here and there, but every couple does. It's not
It's arguments.
Right. It's just something that happens.
I mean, you fight with your wife. I'm fighting with.
Yep.
I mean, it's not fighting. It's
no,
just,
half the time it's just a miscommunication. Somebody's not on the same page.
Right. And usually I'm not the one on the same page. So it's my fault.
Once you talk and you get on the same page, everything's cool.
Yeah.
So everything's been going pretty good. She likes your friends, and you decided you wanted to pop the question.
Well, here's the thing. What you know, it's like I knew I was going to pop it, but when? You know, and we did a lighthouse keeper stint for Chris Point. It's one of the lighthouses up in UP. One of her favorite lighthouses. So we do this like 4 to 5 day trip, me and the lighthouse keeper. I think in reality it was like 3 days, but we took 5 days up there. Mm-hmm. We're there, and she says, you know, I think it was like late at night one night, and she says, you know, if you're ever going to propose, you should probably do it up here. This, you know, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, how the hell is that?
I remember that.
Yeah. And so that planted the seed. So a few months later, you know, we ended up getting the ring, and that's a great story.
That is a good story. We will do that on
another video.
Because that's a
long, very long video.
So, you know, I was an integral part of that.
Yes, you were.
I thank you for that. That was fun. I greatly appreciate the
You're more than
honor
welcome.
to being able.
And I appreciate you doing that.
So, you decided now to pop the question. When did you do it?
Don't quote me on the date.
Ballpark is fine.
October.
Okay.
Oh,
that's right, because you said you did it when you closed down the lighthouse.
We closed down the lighthouse for the season, so we took a 3-day weekend. You know, it's like a day just to get up there. Mm-hmm. After you get everything packed, you're driving for 6 hours. All you want to do is just kind of, you're back again? Boy, you really want to be a part of this, don't you?
You're such a good boy, huh? Oh, thank you.
So anyway, you know,
you're planning on popping it. You're gonna do it at the lighthouse.
So, like I said,
now some of her family came, didn't they?
No. Well, yes, her uncle did.
Her uncle came.
Yep.
So they knew ahead of time.
Her dad knew. Because
they
I'm
had to keep it quiet.
well, I'm very old school because I actually asked her dad for her hand in marriage.
Very cool. I did the same thing.
So he says, yeah, I like you. Cool. So of course, word trickles down, and, her uncle is a part of the historical society up there.
Okay.
And so he knew. So we get up there, and I'm thinking, I want to do this now. Like, I got the ring on me. I got my big Carhartt on, rings in the left side, and every time that she wanted to, like, get by me, she had to get on my left side, so I kind of spin around, get her on the right side, because it's like, that would be obvious, like, hey, what do you got in your pocket there? And finally, we get up to the tower, and she's looking across at Lake Superior. I pull the ring out, I get down on one knee, and I'm waiting. And it felt like a lifetime, which was probably about 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm waiting. And finally she turns around. And I says, will you marry me? Silence. Dead quiet.
Oh, no.
I'm going, uh-oh. Says, yeah.
Yeah.
I says, okay. She's like, you're a little shit.
Really?
So later on, we wanted to get pictures because I figured it would be kind of suspicious if I brought somebody up with.
Right. Yeah.
And so we had to reenact it. So later on in the evening, before we shut the lighthouse doors, we reenacted it on the little balcony or the catwalk.
Yeah.
And I just remember I'm down on one knee again, got to do that reenactment, kind of make it look real. And on the corner of my eye, I see a girl walk up, and I turn my head, and she drops to the ground. And I was like, what just happened? So I kind of peek in. She's like, I'm so sorry. I says, just a reenactment. It's okay. Oh my God.
She thought she was in the real thing.
And then later on, we go to Quantamon Falls Brewery, and we see them there.
Nice.
And she's like, I'm sorry. It's like, it's okay. So, why, thank you. Such a gentleman. So anything?
That's romantic to me. I think that's pretty badass. I love it.
Who would figure me as a romantic? Maybe hopeless romantic.
Maybe. All I can say is I'm happy for you. I'm impressed. I like her. I think she's everything you deserve.
Yeah.
And I just hope that you two cherish each other as much as I know you.
Okay, don't be getting too sappy because I can see you getting.
I know it's hard. It's hard.
Well, you got almost damn near crying when I asked you to be my best man too.
I did shed it.
He did shed a tear.
Yes, I did, because this whole process from
start to
when
finish.
When you talked to me about her the first time, I told you to go for it, and then we did the ring shopping, so I knew all that kind of stuff was happening, and then you asked me to be the best man.
You're the only one that I've known for 20 plus years.
That is true.
So who else am I gonna?
I guess I didn't want to be disappointed if you chose somebody else and you just wanted me to be a groomsman, because either way I'd have been happy.
Zeke.
But
sorry, he's no longer the best man
that's
you are.
okay. Zeke can walk me down the aisle. I can
Just
work
kidding.
it.
Just kidding. But no, we'll probably have to film some footage for like when we get fitted for our tuxes. Like the day of. I think people get a kick out of that. Hopefully by then we get a bit of camera.
Right, and then we'll do the bachelor party.
Yeah,
we gotta have video evidence of that, so that the future missus knows that you behaved.
Hey, we're not going to no strip clubs.
Nope.
For what we know now, we're not gonna
We're actually unplugging is what we're doing.
Yep. Just a couple hundred beers, a few 100 gallons of whiskey. We'll be fine. Maybe a little fishing.
Yep. A lake, some fishing.
Yeah. No broads.
Good to me.
Just guys.
So.
Well, you ain't gonna get hot about it, Bones.
Holy crap! You got anything to say, Uncle Bob? Oh, you're happy for him too? That's good. I'm glad to hear that, because I know yours didn't work out either.
Yeah.
So hey, Polish Outdoorsman,
Michigan Dipper. If we don't see you around, we'll see you around. Here